Can you think of anything other than the cost of long-term care that you haven't planned for already that could involuntarily take away everything you own? Planning for long-term care is something that makes you think of the worst situation you could ever find yourself. For years, a debate among pre-retirees and current retirees has raged over whether or not it is wise to dedicate premium payments from your income to cover a risk you really never want to think about. Needing care to bathe or dress or move from a bed to a chair or maintaining continence or independently using the restroom or to even eat. These are known as activities of daily living. Sounds horrible, right? Hi, I'm Phil Gallant, president of the Optimus Group, and I spent a majority of my career in the long-term care insurance planning field, going all the way back to when these long-term care policies were first introduced back in the mid-'80s. The debate about whether it would ever happen to me was what caused many people to avoid buying expensive insurance to protect them against something they just couldn't see themselves ever needing. You're probably in the same boat. Not having a plan leaves you exposed to possibly depleting hundreds of thousands of dollars from your retirement accounts or other assets to pay the rising cost of care. Even so, many folks objected to paying thousands of dollars over their lifetime for insurance they didn't ever want to need and which all their instincts convinced them it would never happen to them. They had lots of reasons, like nobody in my family ever needed long-term care. My kids will take care of me. One of my favorites, I'll take the black pill. Or I have enough money to pay for it myself, and my favorite, the government will take care of me. Some people think I'll just go on Medicaid, and other people complain that premiums could, and they did, go up. Yet, studies show that the chances of needing long-term care are actually increasing, and more people are becoming concerned as to whether they might ever need it or if they should plan for it. Most people are in what I like to call the long-term care box. This box is where you're stuck and unsure what, if anything, you should do. If you think about it, there are really only four possibilities. On one side, you need care, and you either did or you did not plan for it. Now, the worst box is you need care and you don't have a plan. That means scrambling to find the right care setting, whether it's home, assisted living, nursing home, and then how to pay for it. This is crisis planning, and when you're in the middle of a crisis, it's often hard to get it right. I call this the disaster box. The next box is really the best one. It's the one we all believe that we're in right now. You didn't plan for it, and by the grace of God, you didn't need it. Wouldn't we all love to know that that's the box we'll end up in? Might mean we have more money not spent on long-term care insurance premiums for our families and loved ones. The only problem is you'll probably never know that's where you ended up. I call this the hope box. The next box is you planned for it and now you need care. Now you have not only financial resources, but access to caregiver training, help with selecting the best place to receive care, finding high-quality care that you know you can pay for. You've got a need and you have a plan. It doesn't take long before you see the value in planning when the crisis really hits. I call this the lifesaver box. Finally, there's the box that prevents so many from acting. You plan for long-term care, meaning you buy a policy, and you die without ever needing to use it. I call this the blessed box, and here's why. In the old days, you, or more likely your spouse or family members, might get a kick out of the fact that you were a planner and might even look at all those premiums as a mistake. That was why so many people took a chance. What if I never need it? Well, I'm here to tell you that things have changed. While most of the old long-term care insurance companies have stopped selling the old-style policies, the insurance industry has now come up with a great solution so that your money is never wasted. Today, there are hybrid policies, built on a different chassis, if you will, that will cover you with excellent benefits, many times paying you tax-free income to pay anyone you want to care for you anywhere you choose. The premiums never go up and the coverage never goes down. And now you can count on someone getting a benefit from these policies. If you live a long life and never need care, they pay a tax-free death benefit to your family or a designated beneficiary. If you decide that you just want to quit the program, there are now policies with money-back guarantees. There are even policies available today, and I often use these in conjunction with tax-free retirement planning, that would even pay you if you suffered a stroke or a heart attack, or like my late dad who had cancer, but never needed assistance with his activities of daily living. He actually did need care, but only because he was getting weaker. He had to be driven to his chemo and his radiation treatments and so on. These policies today are like a Swiss Army knife. You can plan for your savings goals, retirement goals, long-term care, and critical illness all in one plan. If any of these things never happen, you'll live a blessed life knowing that you've planned as best you could. And if you never need care, someone is blessed with a tax-free inheritance from your policy. Your planning ends up being a blessing after all. You know what? Don't stay in the hope box. If you do, and you're wrong, you're going to end up in the disaster box before you know it. President Kennedy had many famous sayings, but one that I love most must be considered here. He once said, "The time to fix the leaky roof is when the sun is shining." If you are fortunate enough to know that indeed the sun is shining right now on your health and your financial life, it's time to fix the future leaky roof of possibly needing long-term care. Click on the link and schedule a free discovery call. Even if you think you're not healthy enough to qualify for long-term care insurance, there are many ways to plan that do not require you to qualify health-wise. I'm looking forward to helping you get into that blessed box, if that's what you decide is best for you.